What is going on, guys? For those guys who don't know, last year they announced that there is going to be a third EVO taking place next year. First, we're going to have EVO Japan and then EVO Las Vegas as usual. But then on October 10th through the 12th of next year, we are going to have EVO France. And they just recently announced what games are going to be taking place at the event. Yes, I know that's kind of odd timing, knowing the fact that it's coming at the end of the year and Japan and Vegas are sooner, but we still got some game announcements, so let's check those out. And there's no better place to start off than with the three games that are going to come as absolutely no surprise to anyone that you asked for who would be in the EVO lineup. And we're going to start, of course, with the game that has taken the FGC by storm. It's the number one game from 2 years ago, was the number one game this last year, and is more than likely going to be the number one game next year as well, is of course Street Fighter 6. The second game, of course, being Tekken 8. And the third game is Guilty Gear Strive. Now those are the three games that pretty sure every single person would have guessed is for sure going to be in the lineup. And now for two games that probably most people would get, but I'm sure there's at least one or two out there that would be like, really? That game? That's right, the fourth game currently announced for EVO France is indeed Granblue Fantasy vs. Rising. Although I'm sure, most likely expected by the vast majority, I'm sure there are some people out there that are confused. But of course, doing pretty well being the fourth most signed up for game at EVO Las Vegas this last year. As well as got a world tour going on right now and Season 2 already announced. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise that we are in fact seeing it take place at EVO France next year. Fifth game being announced was SNK's newest arrival coming out early next year. We got Fatal Fury City of Wolves. Although, again, most people I'm sure expected this, and any of you were like, Zane, every single person expected this. Why are you putting this here? Well, the only reason I did that is because there's at least somebody out there that has never heard of Fatal Fury, has not been paying attention, and has no clue what this game is. So that's the only reason I'm putting it there. You think otherwise? That's fair enough. And now for the last game that is announced, and the one that some people probably saw coming, some people didn't, and many people are definitely surprised about, and I'm sure there are at least a decent amount that are pretty happy about it as well. And that is, of course, the rightful return of Dragon Ball FighterZ to the main EVO lineup for EVO France. Again, I don't think that many people saw it coming, but France has been one of the best regions in this game for the last couple years now. They still have a massive Dragon Ball scene out there, so it's not that big of a surprise. Also, it's Dragon Ball. So many people love this game. The turnout for it is always good, and I'm sure that it's going to have a great turnout next year as the sixth and final game announced for EVO France. And there you go, that is the lineup. All 6 games that have been currently announced for EVO France. I say currently because I don't know for sure, and none of us do, is that actually going to be the final lineup. EVO Las Vegas typically has 8 games announced. Last year, EVO Japan had 7. So could EVO France only have 6? Yes. Yes, it could. Will it? I'm not so sure. But if they do go up higher than 6, so if it ends up being 7, if it ends up being 8, well, we have a few possibilities. Going through EVO last year, of course, we have Street Fighter Third Strike making a return because of how popular it was and how well it did. Probably won't be the case, but it's still technically an option. Another one, well, it's got a world tour going on right now. Still a pretty new game, came out around the same time as Tekken. We have Under Night, that could always show up as well. Or, honestly for me, the biggest surprise for not being in the lineup, because, well, it's always in the lineup. Mortal Kombat, for some reason, is not there. Although it has been on the lower end of signups the last couple of EVOs, I will admit that. It is still kind of weird to see a EVO lineup that doesn't include Mortal Kombat. But if we think about the fact that this event is happening at the end of next year, there are still 2 more possibilities for games that could possibly make it into the final lineup, and could make sense on why they didn't announce them if it was to be 8 games. First of all, we have Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact. The game was supposed to release later this year, but because of how, I'm guessing how popular it's been, how excited everyone's been for it, they delayed the inevitable release of the game until 2025. No current release date, but it has been postponed until 2025 for the fact that it will be adding rollback netcode, which, thank you, whoever said please do not release the game without netcode or rollback, thank you. We will happily wait for it because, again, thank you. That being said, the game is coming out next year, or so is currently planned, and since there is no release date yet, I don't think they could say even if the game was going to be there, it is for sure in the lineup because, again, no release dates. And that being said, the other game, because again, being released in 2025, we do not have a release date yet, is of course 2XKO. The game is coming out in 2025. It's plastered all over the website. Could that change? Could the game get delayed? Are we going to have to wait to 2026? Yes, it is possible. But if I were to believe the game is coming out in 2025, and EVO France is at the end of the year in October, although I am somewhat predicting the game's going to come out at the very end of the year, like November, December, it is technically possible the game could come out before then. And because of that, and for the same reason as Nen Impact, 2XKO could find its way onto the EVO France lineup. It's just that they can't announce it because the release date hasn't been announced yet. So those, at least for me, are the possible extra games that could make the lineup, assuming that there is more than one game being announced, or more than one or more games that are yet to have been announced for EVO France. But that's just my opinion, of course. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the EVO France lineup? Are you guys excited for the fact that not only are there 2 EVOs, we're now getting a 3rd one? Are you planning on going to EVO France? And what games would you guys want to see if they were to announce a 7th or 8th game for EVO France? Until then, though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.